The Holy Nights are starting. We are on December 24th, on the evening before December 24th, and do the review in gratitude, which is an ancient secret ritual to prepare for Christmas and for all the gifts we are going to receive in Christmas. This review in gratitude concerns the past year, our family, our ancestors, as well as our progress and the growth we have made in the past year. Welcome. Here is Aditya Novotny, and it's always like a countdown every year because Christmas is coming, Santa Claus is coming, however you wish to call it. The divine birth is coming, and it has a lot to do with you, with me, with everyone. Some people spend their holidays in a lonely, depressed mood. Some spend it with their family and they're exchanging gifts and celebrating and eating a lot of good food. However, the true meaning of Christmas and the time that comes after Christmas until the night of the three magi, Epiphany, is something much, much deeper than that. And for that reason, I have started a, you could say, historical project to revive this tradition of the 12 holy nights. And why are they called essential holy nights? Because we are adding essential oils to amplify the experience and to be able to manifest in a much stronger way, as you will find out in this video. So welcome, and let us first have a look at the special time of the year it is and why it is so special. It's all around winter solstice, and winter solstice is kind of the central axis of the year. In winter solstice, at winter solstice, we are finding our true north. We are aligning ourselves again with the sun, with the pole star. We are finding our true north again. We are calibrating our inner compass. Second time of the year, by the way, where you can do that, or when you can do that calibration work, is at summer solstice, where we are aligning ourselves to the south. And as we are now just in the Christmas time and just past winter solstice, let us look at winter solstice first. We have from November 11th to November 24th the Carnival and ball season, first part. And then there is this last dance coinciding with Thanksgiving around 24th of November. The worldly life ends, people turned inward. People in the old days, they didn't have internet, they didn't have television, they didn't have telephone, they didn't have cars, they did not even have books. They were just looking in this silent time from November 24th, 25th till December 20th to look for signs and portents. What would the new year bring? They only had each other and the stories they were telling each other. And they had their priests, their seers, their wise women who told them about what would come and who alerted them to these 6 special times that are called the nights of Lot, or the oracle nights. Maybe you have participated in my videos, maybe you're familiar with this, maybe you're watching a video of mine for the first time. So Nights of Lot, I give live on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitch, on LinkedIn every year, and you can still find the recordings from the past weeks. Now, during this time of the Nights of Lot, we connect with our inner world, with the causal plane, with the world of cause and effect, or also the world of ideas, how Plato called it, or with the world of the Creator's thoughts. Because by God, there always comes a blessing and a meaning for the next year. However, it is not only the God thoughts or the Creator's thoughts for the coming year, it's also the karma that we already have, the causes and the effects that are coming, that are being looked at. And we are receiving a flow from above that gives us idea for the new year in a subtle form. That means silent time, Advent time on 6 nights of Lot, we look inward and upward. Then comes the winter solstice, the northern axis, as the astronomical beginning of the new year. It can be used to align yourself, to recalibrate your inner compass, your inner guide, your inner pilot, and to orient yourself with your heart towards the sun and with your crown chakra towards the pole star or north star. I have done a special live stream, a special video, which you can find on the channels I mentioned before. There is a very powerful meditation using 5 essential oils and using very strong visualizations that you might want to have a look at. Now we are right at the beginning of the 12 holy nights, with the night from 24th of December till 25th of December, the first holy night takes place. And in this time, we have the first month of the holy nights, that is January, we are looking at. In the second holy night, that's 26th of December, we are connecting to the month of February, and so on, as I will describe right afterwards. In this time, we turn our gaze inside and then forward. What we see within ourselves in relation to what we will manifest in the upcoming 12 months, and of course also what will manifest itself by what God, the Creator, has ordained, and by what fate or accumulated causes and effects have in store for us. This is the ancient way how people started into the new year. These traditions go back 2,500 years. They have ancient Celtic, Germanic, and Slavic roots. Here you see the Nights of Lot. It's follow a sequence where first we turn inside at the first night of Lot, 24th, 25th of November. The silent time begins. Second night of Lot, love and fertility. Third night of Lot, it's about hope and growth. At this time, you can clip a cherry branch or an apple branch outside, and you can put it in a vase inside. And you'll be surprised if you do that. In the night of St. Barbara, this cherry or apple twig will blossom by Christmas. December 5th, 6th, the fourth holy night, we have the night of St. Nicholas. And this is the night of cause and effect. St. Nicholas opens the book of justice or the book of fate for us and lets us have a look inside our good and our not so good karmic seeds. 12th to 13th, the fifth holy night, the night of St. Lucia, is the night of darkness and light, and our task is to go more towards the light. The final night is the night of the end and the beginning, and this is the night of St. Thomas, just before winter solstice, and we turn towards the positive. The 12th tide is how the holy nights have been called in Christian tradition. They probably have their origin, these 12 holy nights, in the disproportion between the lunar calendar and the solar calendar used today, because the lunar year has only 354 days, the solar year has 365.25 days. So there is a missing gap of 11.25 days, which is said to be a portal time, which is said to be the time of the year where the connection to the inner world, the world of causation, the world of creation, is the most open. And ancient traditions already have used this particular portal time to access with each day the month that is associated with that particular holy night and day. So, for example, December 25th with January, December 26th with February, December 27th with March, and so on, till January 5th, connecting to December of the coming year, and that is December 2026. So we are basically working out our future, we are manifesting our future, and we are reading clues, we are reading signs and portents, and also our dreams, and the events that take place between December 25th and January 6th. We can script, create, and manifest our upcoming year and bring it to fruition. Why is that even possible? Because we human beings are co creators. God has given us two immeasurable gifts. One is free will. Most people are in the hamster wheel. Most people are caught in the mechanisms of their life, and they don't have much free will. However, this was given to us, and you can reclaim this birthright of yours to exert your free will. Now, together with free will comes the power to create. Not only God has created for us, not only our past deeds, our karma has created certain conditions for us, but there is a third factor, and that third factor is our own creatorship. The third factor is our own creative force. And here I'm telling you something very personal and very important. Use your free will. Don't think you have to, you must, you have no choice. You always have a choice. Make yourself free. This is the time of the year where you can untangle yourself, where you can free yourself, and where you can formulate again creators' thoughts, where you can reclaim not only your free will, but your creatorship. Which is why I recommend you for this time of the year, till January 6th, please take 2 or 3 hours of me time, free time, me time. Free time is me time for yourself, where you're just with yourself, where you're journaling, where you're contemplating, where you're meditating, where you're doing the rituals I'm going to show you. Human being has been portrayed as the Vitruvian Man by Leonardo da Vinci, the man in the 5-pointed star. Why? On the one hand, because the human being does not only consist of the 4 elements of earth, water, fire, and air, but we humans have a 5th element, which is finer. It's in our subtle body or ethereal body, and it represents the connection with the spiritual world. And this element is called ether or akasha. This 5th element, also sometimes referred to as the quintessence, characterizes man as a creative being, as a creator, equal to his creator in the ability to create. Out of the spiritual realms, the new that is to be created for the coming year, 2026, is brought into form in the first time via the ether element, formed thus, as it were, a matrix or a template is created in the ether, which is the blueprint for manifestation in the physical world. Now, where do we get these ethereal particles from? We are in a very lucky situation. Nowadays, we have pure essential oils, and this is a luxury item. This is an item that has not been available to people like you and me for hundreds and thousands of years. It was usually only available to kings and queens, to pharaohs, to Caesars, as well as to the priests and the high priests. Now, the common people, they were burning myrrh, they were burning frankincense, they were burning or smudging sage or angelica or juniper to cleanse the atmosphere and to have some of these aromatic particles or ethereal particles. Nowadays, we are living in a different time. It's the first time that many people have access to essential oils of highest quality, and they provide the etheric particles needed to let the manifestation work take shape. We use 55 different oils and oil blends throughout this period of the essential holy nights as well as the year that follows. And I'm often asked, Aditya, 55 oils, I have barely 10. Now, you don't need all 55 of them. I'm just showing you all the different nuances and possibilities for each day and each month. If you have only one oil per month, that is enough to do the work. And I just show you here a selection of the oils that we are going to use, and you just use your personal selection out of these. I recommend Young Living essential oils not only for their purity, but particularly for their intensity, for their concentratedness. They are quite possibly the most concentrated essential oils that you find on the planet. Many other oils, and you might know other oil companies, are not as concentrated, they are a little diluted. By comparison, how can you find out? You make the blind test. I always invite people, take one oil in the one hand, the other in the other, then smell. Take the blind test, and you'll see which has the stronger concentration. And then, of course, if you wish to do the manifestation work, the more concentrated the oils that you use are, the better for the success of your manifestation work. In this time of the year, there is also something called the wild chase. And this happens because after winter solstice till 6th of January, not only the portal is open to the higher world, but also the door is open to other spheres like the astral world. And this is why in the old days, people, because they didn't have so many different things to do, outer things to do, that distracted them, they felt the presence of departed ones, the presence of people who died unduly or in a violent way. And not just people, but also horses and dogs. And they form a kind of a march of the damned, if you forgive me this wording. They are the unliberated ones. They are the unsalvaged ones. And they are looking for escape. Now, it's important in this time of the year to be in a high vibration yourself, to be in a very pure consciousness, because you're spreading something that helps those unlucky entities. However, at the same time, don't cast your gaze into dark forests or into the dark night during this period between December 21st and January 6th. I had two occasions where I personally encountered the wild chase, and before I also thought, well, this is just a dream, this is just made up, it's just fantasy or for little children. Well, once I come from Salzburg in Austria, we have the Chapel of Silent Night, Holy Night, close by in Oberndorf, where this famous Christmas song was first performed. And I celebrated Christmas at my parents' place, and then I drove back to my home in Fuschl in the Salzburg Lake District. And soon, just 5 minutes before I came back home, you have to drive through a kind of mountain forest. And suddenly there was a whirling going from the left to the right and strange noises. And I immediately had a strange feeling, stopped the car. And then I saw kind of schemes, kind of appearances. The air was filled with some presence. And so I looked down, I concentrated on my heart, I prayed, I repeated a mantra, and after 5 minutes, this was gone. And then I felt, okay, now you can continue. I had another occasion in the east of Slovakia where even my engine stopped, the engine of my car. I was on the way from Banska Bystrica to Košice. And in the low Tatras, mind you, the story I told you before in Salzburg that takes place in the Alps, Alpine mountains, Alpine region. Now here in East Slovakia, we have the Tatras. And this goes all the way to Romania, where also such phenomena have been recorded in Transylvania, for example. So mountainous regions, in particularly, it can be also in the Andes, it can be in the Pyrenees, it can be even in the Rocky Mountains. They are typical for such presence of ethereal beings that are unable to depart. And I wanted to go out of the car to check my engine, and the lady who was my translator I was traveling with, she said, no, Aditya, don't go out of the car, it's dangerous. And then really, I looked out into the darkness and there were kind of glowing eyes looking in to the car from the outside. This was really spooky. And I said to her, well, what shall we do now? And she said, well, let's pray, let's meditate, let's wait for 1 hour. And we did. And this was the longest hour of my life. However, after 1 hour, suddenly the engine started again, and I could drive on with my guests, and we arrived safely in Košice. This is not because you can expect to encounter the wild chase, although if you are in certain mountainous regions, there is a possibility. This is just to tell you the inner world is wide open at that time, both the higher worlds, but also the nether worlds, both the other worldly realms as well as the underworld. Now, some people ask me, if you are pregnant or breastfeeding, can I use the oils? Follow the 12 holy nights as a whole and holistic reality, as the knowledge and rituals work with or without the oils. That means if you don't have essential oils, or if you don't have the essential oils of young living, or if you are pregnant or breastfeeding, then do it without the oils. Do the whole 12 holy nights dry, as they used to do in old days when they didn't have the essential oils, when they just had aromatic smudging, aromatic smoking of herbs and resins. The oils are additional enhancers. However, you may use most oil blends if you're pregnant or breastfeeding that I present, as most are mild and often with carrier oil. For example, frankincense, myrrh, sandalwood, also gentle baby, and in general, tree oils, root oils, and flower oils are all fine. However, abstain from citrus oils, abstain from herbal oils, especially hot oils, abstain from spice oils like clove, like cinnamon. They should not be used. You have down here a list: citrus oils, hot oils such as cinnamon bark, clove, cassia, and blends such as thieves. Strong herbal oils such as oregano, thyme, and basil should be avoided while you're pregnant or breastfeeding, as well as oils with camphines. Camphine comes from camphor, and camphor is not only inside Ravintsara, the camphor tree itself, but also in peppermint, in hyssop, in myrtle, in all types of eucalyptus, particularly Eucalyptus globulus, as well as in rosemary. Also, at that time, do not use oils containing plant hormones such as clary sage and sage. This was the prologue, and now let us dive into the review in gratitude. This is preparation day 2 of the Essential Holy Nights, and I give this live stream ahead of its time because the preparation day 2 takes place on December 24th. So I give it as a timely information for you so you can do all the rituals. We are working, if you work with the oils, with 3 wise men for working with our forefathers, our ancestors, and we are working with gratitude oil blend for working as looking back to the year, what it has brought to us, and establish gratitude. In general, heeding the advice I just gave you before, if you're pregnant or breastfeeding, you can apply gratitude oil blend on your heart and 3 wise men on the top of your head, your forehead, your throat, your neck, your heart, your hands, and your feet. 3 wise men. And I come to the usage for your forefathers, whether you have that oil or not. 3 wise men, and you see me immediately starting to breathe from the bottle. This is called aromatic breathing. This is called aromatherapy. This is the actual aromatherapy, to concentratedly inhale the oil directly from the bottle. It goes through your nose to your limbic system, to your central nerve system, and throughout the body. Nowadays, research shows us that we have smell receptors in all cells of the body, which is finally explanation why essential oils have such a powerful effect. So if you have that oil blend ready, just take the bottle and breathe concentratedly. If you're a beginner, for 1 to 3 minutes. If you are an experienced oil practitioner or aroma practitioner, you can do it 3 to 5 minutes. 3 Wise Men was created by D. Gary Young, the Young Living founder and pioneer of the modern essential oils movement. He stated, the 3 Wise Men essential oil blend contains the 3 gifts that were brought by the 3 Magi, the 3 Wise Men, to the Christ child. It's a very empowering blend to help release negative thoughts, to realign and retune yourself with the higher power. Personally, I enjoy using it on my navel and my crown and massaging my feet with it, enjoying the feeling of great excitement that it leaves with me. Now, you see that there's many places where you can apply the oils if you're not just doing aromatic breathing or aromatherapy. In Gary Young's case, he put it on the belly, the navel, around the navel, so that's the middle of the body, the crown, and the feet. So just 3 places, top, middle, and bottom. It contains sandalwood, juniper, frankincense, spruce, and myrrh. Now, frankincense and myrrh are 2 of the 3 gifts that the 3 Magi brought to Mary, Joseph, and the Christ child. The reason? Frankincense connects you to heaven, connects you to the Creator, to your Heavenly Father. This is the oil with the most spiritual vibration. Whereas myrrh connects you to God the Mother, connects you to the divine feminine, connects you to the softness, the yin aspect. Frankincense connects you to the cosmic yang. Myrrh connects you to the cosmic yin. This is why these 2 in particular have been used for thousands of years. But you have some other oils inside. Sandalwood for higher consciousness. As you know, in India, sandalwood paste is put on the forehead and on the crown, not only by the Shivaites, for high states of meditation, for the ability to enter trance state or trance state in meditation. Juniper is a strong protective herb, not a herb really, but a bush, a little tree that's both been used in Europe, throughout Europe, by the Druids of the Celtic traditions, also by Germanic tribes and ancient Slavic tribes, and in North America, for example, by native Indians, by the people that lived in America before the white people came. They all knew how protective and strengthening juniper is. Now, why do we use that in regards to our ancestry, in regards to our ancestors? The reason is that we get both good things from those that came before us, but also not so good things. And this is something we are looking back now on this second preparation day. We're looking back in gratitude to those who came before us, even if you don't know them, because your knowledge of your family history might be limited. I mean, on paper, I could look back like 300, 400 years, but I have no idea, except for the names, who these people were. And so, in your case, maybe you know only your parents, your grandparents, and if you're lucky, your great grandparents. However, it is quite important what they brought down on us. In the Bible, it's called the sins of the father. Excuse me, that there is a negative term used. It's also, of course, the blessings of the father. And it's not only your male ancestry that counts, but your female ancestry. Now, your male ancestry often manifests in the right side of your body, because the right side is yang, the right side is solar, the right side is male. Your left side of the body manifests the female transmissions from your ancestry. Why I'm saying this? Because sometimes diseases that one gets, they come either from the male or from the female predecessors. And it's good to always look out for, okay, does this come from my father's side, mother's side, and then start working on it. For example, by imagining either you use the oil, or if you don't have the oil, you just imagine it without the oil. I'm demonstrating it now with this oil blend of 3 wise men. And it's a thick oil, it's like nectar, because sandalwood and myrrh are rather thick oils. So sometimes you have to be patient, twist the bottle a little bit till the drop comes out. Be patient, don't hurry. Be loving, be peaceful. When you're pouring the drop, make a wish when the drop pours. Think of something positive or say thank you. Once you have the drops or the drop, you activate the oil with this gesture. It's called the gesture of the ancient oint maker, which you can see in iconography. Clockwise, you apply it to the crown, to the back of your head, and particularly to the neck, because back of you is always the past, that which came before you. But you also apply it to your third eye, your throat, your heart center in the middle of the chest, as well as your hands and your foot chakras. And now please sit straight, hands opened, maybe on your leg, or you can also sit like this and smell from your hands if you applied the oil. And now feel behind you a huge lineage of people. So on your right side behind you, your father. On your left side behind you, your mother. Behind your mother, her father and mother. Behind your father, his father and mother, and so on. You see here in this picture only 4 generations before that person, which could be you or me. But we know from genetics nowadays that at least 7 generations, the last 7 generations, have a direct genetic impact on us. Now, the energetic impact, the energetic information goes much further back than just 7 generations. The oil blend that you're using or the visualization that you're doing is destined to cleanse all that comes onto you from all those who stand behind you. And you can imagine this is really hundreds, thousands of people, all the way back to the most ancient ancestor, the first male, the first female of your lineage. They're far behind and above and beyond. They're already gone, but still, even their energy is nowadays working inside you, like the energy and the consciousness of these thousands of people. Feel them all standing behind you. Feel your love for them, because without them, you would not exist. This is the beautiful thing about ancestry. So many people lived and died just so you could be here. So we are really grateful, and we are deeply loving them for having lived and having enabled us to live. You can still smell the oil from the hands if you're working with the oil, or from the bottle. And now, while you feel this love and this gratitude for all those that came before you and that are standing behind you, and they always wish you well, the ancients, the forefathers, our great grandfathers and mothers, grandfathers and mothers, grandmothers, as well as mothers and fathers, they always wanted us to have it better than they had it in their life. This is the solemn wish of each generation, that those who come after them have a better life than they had. And for this we are deeply grateful and loving, and you might even shed some tears of gratitude because of these hundreds and thousands of good wishes that all your ancestors made. Down the line, you receive all this goodwill, all these wishes that you have it better, you have a better life. It's really moving, and it's a huge number of people. It's many more people than you or I can even imagine, because it goes back 10,000 years and more. We have no idea how far it goes back. It could go back 200,000 years. Now just calculate back. If you take that picture, the 2 behind you, then the 4 behind them, that's 6. Then the 8 behind them, that's 14. And then the 16 behind them, that's 30 altogether. Right there, just the last 4 generations, 30 people. And then so much more. Feel this power behind you, feel these good wishes behind you, feel this love behind you, and be thankful. And feel how it flows through you, your crown, the back of your head, your neck, your forehead, your throat, your heart. It flows through your hands, and whoever you touch and whatever you do, you bless it with your hands. It flows through your feet to wherever you go. It flows into Mother Earth with each step you take. And another secret, if you have procreated, that means if you have children, of course it flows in a concentrated form through your reproductive organs, your male and female reproductive organs. Not just the genetic part, but also the energetic and consciousness part gets strongly handed down the line by you through the act of procreation. So, of course, your children carry the most of the family blessings and also family curses. And this is why we do this ritual. In love and gratitude, and with the oil, we are cleansing, we are healing, we are purifying what comes from the ancestors down on us and even further on towards our children. And this is a work you should do once a year when you give gratitude on the 24th of December, that you cleanse all the ancestral energies. You receive the blessings with love and gratitude, but also the not so good energies and genetic informations and consciousness you are cleansing, you're purifying, as to hand on something even purer to those who come after you. You can conclude by breathing from that oil bottle, three wise men. You might feel how silent you have become, how loving and how grateful you have become. There is many forms of this work. I have another challenge, online challenge. It's called the 30-day abundance challenge, because abundance has a lot to do also with your ancestral work. And in this abundance challenge, I show 30 different techniques of cleansing, not just with the three wise men oil, but with other oil blends and other techniques as well. For now, this is what you do as the first thing. You thank your family, you thank your forefathers and foremothers, your ancestors. Then comes, and you do that in the morning of 24th of December, and you can do it throughout the day, 24th of December. You use another oil blend, gratitude. Gratitude is a practice and an attitude. It's an attitude to be grateful. Some people are always ungrateful, they're always bitter. Some people are even grateful when there is not so much to be grateful about. And people who are grateful, they are enjoying sweetness in their life. Gratitude Essential Oil Blend has an uplifting aroma that fosters gratitude, thankfulness, and contentment. When you concentrate on things you are grateful for, instead of things that bother you, you open yourself up to receiving more gifts. Life flows better when your heart and mind are open with gratitude. As usual, you do first aromatic breathing with the oil directly from the bottle. By the way, this is still an old sleeve, an old bottle. Nowadays they have this different design, but that's the good thing about essential oils. They stay fresh, actually for thousands of years, as has been found out when the grave of Tutankhamun had been opened. After 3,300 years, there were oils that were still fresh. It's the most amazing thing that exists on earth are essential oils. This is the only product that remains fresh even for 3,300 years and more. So if you're a beginner, 1 to 3 minutes of aromatic breathing from the bottle. If you're advanced, 3 to 5 minutes. And then, of course, inward gratitude, inwardly saying thank you. And then you can take 1 or 2 drops of this gratitude blend. Mine still has about 3 or 4 drops left in the bottle. I have to replenish, get a newer bottle, but I still get a drop out. Activate and apply on your crown and on your heart center. If you have that oil, you will immediately feel how wonderful it feels, particularly on the heart area, on the center of your chest. Now, enjoy the blend, enjoy the feeling. Excuse my bell ringing. I'm here at my original home in Salzburg, and neighbors are congratulating each other for Christmas. So we might get some more disturbances, but remain in silent gratitude. Gratitude for who you are, as well as gratitude for who you are not. Be grateful for who you are, and be grateful for who you are not. And you notice this has a lot of implications. You cannot be everything. Nobody can be everything. But we are what we are, and we can be grateful for that. And even for what you are not, you can be very grateful for what you are not, because it saves you a lot of trouble. Granted, it also means you are missing out on some things, but just be aware how lucky we are sometimes that something does not happen, or we are not everything. So be grateful for what you are, who you are, and be grateful for what you are not, who you are not. Secondly, be grateful for what you have, and be grateful for what you do not have. Even if you wish you would have it, be grateful for what you have, and be grateful for what you do not have. While you're smelling this excellent fragrance. And you might notice how light this makes you, because gratitude makes happy, whereas ungratefulness makes us bitter. Now, there's a big secret about gratitude. Gratitude not only makes us light and happy, gratitude also makes us magnetic. That means for whatever you're grateful for, you become a magnet to receive more. And if you're grateful for things you don't have, then the alchemy of gratitude is such that if it would help you, you will attract it. If it would harm you, it will repulse it. It will keep it away from you. Gratitude is like a magnet and like a filter at the same time. It can work as an attracting magnet, it can work as a repulsing magnet. If this sounds complicated or confusing, don't worry. Just be grateful for who you are and who you are not. Be grateful for what you have and what you do not have. Now be grateful for your family. Be grateful for your friends. Even if there's some in your family or friends that can drive you crazy, be grateful for them. Your gratitude towards them, this is like in Ho'oponopono, the Hawaiian tradition, will improve them and will improve your connection with them. Be grateful not only for your family and friends, be grateful for your colleagues. And also be grateful for some people that are not in your life, because they would create havoc. Be grateful for this past year, 2025. What has the year given you? Now it's time to say thank you. What have you received in January 2025? What did not happen in January 2025? What happened in February 2025? And what did not happen? What were you spared from in February 2025? And so you go through all the months of the year, and you can do that for yourself. It's a longer session, but a very powerful session, because I remind you, gratitude works like a magnet. And gratitude also protects you from things that are not helpful for you. Whereas bitterness always keeps things away from you. Even you would rather have them, you know they would help them. If you're bitter and disappointed, you create a negative energy field that keeps the things away from you. This is a big secret. Be grateful, no matter what. And you might feel the sweetness of gratitude, how it transforms you from your heart through every cell. There have been studies that show that gratitude first, love second, are the two most positive emotions a human being can have. It totally transforms our body, our cells, our emotions, our thoughts. You see this in the work of Masaru Emoto, the great water researcher. And you see that also from studies from the Heart Math Institute, from measuring brain activity, heart electricity is the highest and most harmonious when you are grateful. And it's the second highest and second most harmonious if you're loving. So in general, be grateful that you can be grateful. And be grateful for all that year 2025 has given to you, especially who you become, what you have learned. Be grateful for who you became. Be grateful for what you have learned. Gratitude oil blend is a genius blend that consists of quite a number of single oils, the Canadian balsam fir, or the giant fir, the grand fir, frankincense again to connect us with the divine, coriander to give us the seed of life, the energy of life, myrrh again, God the mother, and the gentle blessing, ilang ilang to balance yin and yang, to make you complete. Bergamot. Bergamot is the scent that makes us the most satisfied. In yoga, it is called santosha, to be content, to be satisfied. Many people are living in, I can get no satisfaction. They're always like hungry ghosts. Once you are grateful, you are content. Bergamot supports contentness and wishless happiness. Northern Lights black spruce. The black spruce, one of the tallest and narrowest trees that exists. It's channeling down atmospheric electricity. It grows particularly in the polar region where it's channeling northern light, which is very energizing. So together with the Canadian balsam fir or grand fir, you have two very powerful tree oils here, the fir and the spruce. But then also there's vetiver inside, and vetiver grounds you. Gratitude grounds you. Gratitude makes you stand strong and stand your ground. And it contains geranium, and geranium is a little miracle oil. Geranium helps us with the things we don't like. Geranium helps us with the things or the people that we are actually allergic to and that we would normally exclude or have a negative reaction to. Now, geranium helps you to escape from this either me or the highway attitude. Geranium helps you to escape from being judgmental. Geranium helps you to accept as well as, and that opens up everything for you. Because sometimes the bad things that you would not accept turn out to have good effects, to have good consequences. And also sometimes good things that we like to have, they turn out to have negative consequences. So who are we to judge anyway? But it's better you live a life of as well as, instead of living a life of exclusion, a life of either or. And gratitude can teach you this. And you see now by the ingredients explained to you a little bit why this little bottle has this magical effect. Now, second part. After you have done the rituals, the family and ancestry with three wise men, as well as the gratitude, you are, and for this I recommend you to write in your journal. If you're participating in the 12 Essential Holy Nights, please get a journal, big, A4 size, and 100 pages or more. Because during this time from December 21st to January 6th, there is a lot you can write. The more you write, the more you journal, the more you script, the better the year ahead will become for you. You'll be surprised. It has to do with your ability being a creator and having free will. So you write down, in this case, all the things in the past year that you're grateful for in first the physical, your physical world, material world. Secondly, what are you grateful for in the emotional realm in this past year, 2025? What have you learned emotionally? What have you grown into emotionally? Third, mentally. What have you learned mentally? What have you maybe unlearned? Be grateful for it. Sometimes it's a blessing to unlearn certain things that are not good for us. Be grateful socially. Which connections did you make? How did your network grow? But not only quantitatively, be grateful for your social connections, but also qualitatively. Which relationships improved in quality? And if you say, okay, my God, some relationships deteriorated. For some people, even their relationship with themselves. And then again, the solution is be grateful. Even if it did not work out, be grateful. Because again, grateful is the magnet. Gratitude is the best quality, the best emotion human beings can have. So you will attract other people and better people the more grateful you are. You will start attracting exactly the right people. Financially, what are you grateful for in the past year? And again, that concerns the positive and the negative, because hopefully, if financially some things didn't go right, what have you learned from them? And if you have learned, then you can be grateful for it. Be grateful also for your spirituality, or if you don't think you are spiritual, then your consciousness. You are a conscious human being. And here I'm not speaking about ethics or moral, here I'm speaking about awareness, consciousness. So be grateful for your growth in spirit. Be grateful for your growth in consciousness. Even that you are here right now, or that you're watching this video later, you can be grateful that you're even interested in these things. Not everyone is. And then be grateful for your delight of existence. It's deep in the heart, in our soul, in our core. is this delight of existence. And many people have lost that feeling, it's buried. But if you're grateful for the sheer joy of life that you can feel in each breath, that you can feel in each cell, you're blessing your life. You're upgrading your life. And yes, this also includes having fun. How much fun did you have last year? And if you didn't have fun, do you allow yourself to have fun? Or have you gotten too serious? Whatever the case, be grateful for the fun you had. And then, if you hadn't much fun or did not allow yourself to have much fun, be grateful for what you have learned from it. So, in all these 7 realms, and please do the writing, do the journaling, look at old structures, energies, and informations in those 7 areas, things you choose to carry over into the new year 2026, and you're grateful for them, and things you do choose not to carry them over into the new year 2026, but you're grateful for them because you learned also. But you say, okay, but that's it. Thank you so much. But I choose for the next year not to have this experience again. And be grateful for all of them, all these experiences in all these 7 areas of your life. If you have questions, by the way, you can put them in the chat. I'll answer them. Now let's go to the next important part. This was now gratitude, reviewing gratitude. First, our ancestry, our family, and all the things that have happened in the past year on the 7 planes of existence. Now, during 24th of December, please take a little time to write down 13 wishes that you have. And you write them down on little slips of paper. This is called the ceremony of the 13 wishes. And you might ask, why ceremony? Why not ritual? First of all, what is the difference between rituals and ceremonies? In rituals, we perform something to make it sacred. In ceremonies, we celebrate something that is already sacred. In rituals, we perform something to make it sacred by repetition, by spirit. In ceremonies, we celebrate something that is already sacred. Now, this ceremony exists for hundreds of years. It is already sacred. It works. Maybe for you, it's just a ritual or a test drive. For me and for many others, it's a ceremony. The 13 Wishes ceremony is ancient and brings you many blessed experiences. New paths will be taken in the new year 2026. And to this end, please write down 13 projects as wishes that will be fulfilled in the new year. Everything that is really close to your heart, everything that you really wish to change, everything that you wish to finally happen in the new year, or that you wish to finally leave you in the new year, can count as such a wish, and you have 13 of those wishes, and you write them down on little papers. You write these 13 projects or wishes on small pieces of paper, which you then fold so you do not see what's on each one, so they cannot be distinguished. You cannot see from the outside which wish is in it. And you keep these 13 wishes in a container, in a little box, or in a bag. The first 12 wishes are handed over to the universe during the 12 holy nights. Ideally already at midnight. So come the first holy night, December 25th, already at midnight or 1 minute or 5 minutes after midnight, you open the bag, you take out the first wish, and you burn it in a candle or in a flame or in a fire without opening the paper. I know you might be totally curious, which is it? No, no, no. You keep it closed, you just put it into the flame. And you will be amazed how wish 1 on December 25th, wish 2 on December 26th, wish 3 on December 27th, and so on. How these projects will take their course seemingly by themselves throughout the month that is associated with the Holy Night. That means January is associated with December 25th. February, the month of February 2026, is associated with December 26th. The month of March is connected with 27th of December, the third Holy Night, and so on. Remember, the things in your life do not happen against you, but everything that happens eventually happens for you, even if the meaning of certain events is often not immediately evident to you. So all the way till January 5th, you're opening now these 12 first slips of paper without looking into them, taking them out of the bag, and you put them in the flame. After the 12th night, there's still the 13th wish left. And this little paper you unfold at Epiphany, or the day of the three Magi, the night of the three Magi, and find out the project, that wish that you yourself will implement on your own responsibility. So you basically give, with this ceremony of the 13 wishes, 12 wishes to the universe to take care of one in each month. Sometimes it happens, by the way, out of sequence, but by the end of the year, you probably still remember, once the wish gets fulfilled, and you say, wow, wasn't that one of the wishes I wrote down on those slips of paper? So how to do it? On December 24th, write down your 13 wishes or projects, fold the pieces of paper, and put them in a small container, a treasure chest or a bag. From December 25th, you take out the slip of paper at midnight or in the morning when you get up, because maybe you're already sleeping at midnight, on each of the 12 nights, and hand it over to the universe by burning it. Hand it over to the divine. Feel the blessing as this is done, and feel it is done. That wish is fulfilled. Higher powers will take care that your wish comes true during the month associated with the respective Holy Night. That's something very powerful. I look forward to you doing it. This is a free live stream, free for everyone. And if you've seen my past live streams, or if you will look back and find my past live streams on my YouTube channel or my Facebook profile or my Twitch or on my LinkedIn, then you will discover a lot of precious content and tips. Now, the program that I'm inviting you to is the Essential Holy Nights themselves. And this has been going on already for 7 years. I have some repeaters who did it for 3 years and are doing it for another 3 years. And some people I have already who are doing it for the 7th year, because this program has been in existence for 7 years now. So you can sign up and book 3 years of fulfillment and purpose like you've never experienced before. And yes, you heard it right. You get it not for 1 year, but for 3 years. Bundle 1, package 1, just the Essential Holy Nights for only $97 for 3 years. That means you get the complete guidance through this silent time of the year, winter solstice, and the holy nights for this year, next year, and the year after. Why am I offering it for 3 years for the price of 1 year? Because I want to make sure you do it for 3 years, because I know by experience if it's done 3 years in a row, it stays with you forever. Now, some of my participants, they said, oh, Aditya, can you also give us guidance and live streams throughout the year? And so the idea for the Essential Holy Nights year was born, where I give every month, in the beginning of each month, a reminder session of the projects for that month that we wrote in the Essential Holy Nights, but it goes much, much further. I give you further tips for techniques and oil rituals. I give you the Chan Chong exercises. Chan Chong is the standing like a tree meditation, body meditation sequence from Qigong, which is the only one worldwide that I found that goes through winter, spring, summer, and autumn. So it's a perfect complement to what we are actually doing throughout the Essential Holy Nights here. And then you get additionally, you get my cosmological preview. I give you at the beginning of each month an exact preview, astronomically, astrologically, cosmologically, for what's going to happen according to the constellations in the upcoming month, which is in itself a great value. But it doesn't stop there. You get even the new moon ritual. And now the new moon is something many people are not aware of, how powerful it is. Because new moon is every month a beginning, like winter solstice is a beginning in the whole year. So basically the best time to start new projects is at winter solstice and the following 2 weeks, which is what we're talking about right now. But every month again, we have that chance at new moon. And at new moon, it's exactly at new moon at the 8 hours after the new moon. So it's not such a big event like winter solstice, which then lasts still like for 12 days, 15 days afterwards. But still, it is something month by month you can use it, and I will give you exact explanations for the new moon ritual or ceremony once you have made it sacred, and the themes of each month, because it's different if it's the new moon of Capricorn or the new moon of Aquarius or the new moon of Pisces, because it has different themes and different meanings. All this and more in the Essential Holy Nights here. And then I have some people, but I give it in a very limited way because my own time is precious to me. I give to 5 people in English language and to 5 people in German language the private coaching, personal coaching, the 12 Essential Holy Nights here coaching, where you and I, if you choose that option, meet additionally for a one-on-one, at least 1 hour in winter, 1 hour in spring, 1 hour at the beginning of summer, 1 hour in the beginning of autumn. And also with this program, you have direct access to me. That means you can contact me and ask me questions, ask me advice at any time. So these are the 3 packages. Package 3 is only the Essential Holy Nights for $97 for 3 years. Package 2 is the Essential Holy Nights plus the year for 3 years. That's 81 live streams. And by the way, you also get it all in an exclusive member area, the videos, and you get downloadable audiobooks. That means you can listen wherever you're going or wherever you're driving. That's package 2 for only $177 for 3 years for 81 live streams. Like this live stream, 1 hour, 1.5 hours, 2 hours. And if you choose the private coaching, you get the private coaching on top of what I just said for 1 year for 4 sessions, plus you reach me throughout the whole year. Package 1 contains an additional 1 year coaching in the beginning of January, April, July, and October. You find the link if you're interested in that. You can go to the landing page and you find the link in the description for this video, for this live stream on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitch, on LinkedIn. Wow, and Wendy Chong, hello, so good to see you. Wendy Chong has been a participant now for 4 or 5 years, I think 4 or 5 years, or even 6 years, I have no idea, but for quite a number of years, Wendy. And Wendy, I have to say compliments to you. You developed so beautifully like a flower blossoming. Congratulations on your path, on your development path. Wendy Chong says, the content that you provide is amazing. Every time I listen to your sharing, I get new aha moments. Thank you. Wow. Thank you so much, Wendy. Very kind of you. Wow. And it is indeed 6 years. Congratulations. That's wonderful. Okay, I give you a bonus. There's many bonuses that I also give, which are not being promised, but I give you that. And that is the Christmas Eve. If you're working with essential oils, which oils could you use on Christmas Eve? And here they are: surrender, humility, and the gift. Surrender, humility, and the gift. And this is for your Christmas celebration, for your Holy Night, Silent Night. And you can put these oils in the diffuser with the family or with your friends. But you can also use this special Holy Night celebration for Christmas Eve. You can also use it just privately. Just you take some time for yourself. The first oil is Surrender. It's a blend that provides an aroma to help you let go of controlling your unfocused behaviors. And this is the funny thing, to let go of controlling your unfocused behaviors. We always try to control something that cannot be controlled, and to relinquish control of trying to control, because it becomes a burden to us. Surrender means just let go. Just let be. Let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. There will be an answer if you let it be. So let go of controlling your unfocused behavior. Stay committed to your goals for achievement and success, while at the same time surrendering the fruits of your work to God, and not to force things with your own ego. And this is perfect for Christmas Eve because, life is a gift. It's given to us. Do we deserve life? No, it's just given to us as a present, as a gift. The many experiences we get, do we deserve them? They are a gift. Wow, and Deborah and Mary, good to see you. This is Wendy Chong is from Malaysia, I believe. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Deborah and Mary from Alaska, northwestern coast of the United States. Deborah Ann says, I highly recommend doing the entire year. This is year 5 for me. Always a pleasure. Wow, I'm happy. Very, very happy. And we have this time zone difference. The live streams are usually on while it's 5 o'clock in the morning in Alaska. And sometimes you even show up in person at 5 in the morning. It's amazing. At other times, of course, you watch the recordings that you get in your exclusive member area. It's nice to know how well you are doing, Deborah Ann, and thank you. So surrender. Just let happen what happens. Don't be too hard on yourself. Don't make demands on yourself and others. Let be. And sometimes it turns out much better than it would turn out if you try to force things. In the words of Young Living founder D. Gary Young from a 1998 talk about surrender essential oil blend, have I created a wall? Have I created a barrier? Have I created something of resistance because I'm afraid to risk loving again? If it is true, then work on it today and tear down that wall. There's nothing more powerful on this planet than love, and nothing that is needed more than love. If everyone would open up to love at their highest potential, we would have no borders. We would have no wars. We would not have people starving to death on this planet. Can you accept love? Most humans have a difficult time accepting love from others. Many people even have a difficult time loving themselves. Why is that? Fear. Fear of what? Fear of hurt, fear of rejection, fear of disappointment. There is an old adage, and you all have heard it. It is something to this effect. It is better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all. Still here? I'm searching for my presentation. Here it is again. Surrender is a very simple formula, but highly effective. It consists of lavender oil, lemon oil for clearness of direction, concentration, black spruce for energy, Roman chamomile, as well as German chamomile, together with lavender for soothing, for relaxing, for letting go, for letting all the pressure go. Angelica for protection, and mountain savory for energy. And in fact, mountain savory is one of the strongest herbs that exists. It has tremendous powers. Look it up on the internet, the many effects of mountain savory. So this is quite a unique blend. It gives you soothing, helps you to let down your defenses, to let down your walls, to let be, to let it flow. And I love it in a bath. So I take a few drops of this oil in the bathtub and then I stay 50, 60 minutes inside. It is fantastic. But then it gives you strength with black spruce and with mountain savory, and it gives you also a clarity of purpose with lemon. Now, if you use it for your Christmas Eve, I would say just the aromatic use and contemplating a little bit, how could you surrender more? How could you surrender more to the divine guidance? How could you surrender more so that you receive the gifts that God has in store for you? And then about the next oil blend that I recommend you to use on Christmas Eve right after surrender is humility. King Solomon says in Proverbs 11:2, when pride comes, then comes disgrace. But with humility comes wisdom. With humility comes wisdom. Again, do the aromatic breathing from the bottle or put it in a diffuser, or with humility, also very interesting, humility you can apply on your heart chakra and your ears. Because humility has to do, activate it, apply it on your heart and behind your ears. Because humility has to do with lending your ear. Humility has to do with listening. And when we listen, and there is a deeper form of listening even, we can serve better. Humility comes from humilis, keeping yourself low. The Latin word humilis means keep yourself low. Now, why should that be of benefit? Why should keeping yourself low be a benefit? Think of the ocean. The ocean is the water that is the lowest on the planet, yet all the other waters flow into it. If you were a mountain, rivulet, or a spring, you're flowing down. You constantly have to reproduce. If you are the ocean, you receive all the waters of the planet. And this is the interesting thing, that the person who is the servant of all becomes the true leader of all. There is a very interesting book by Hermann Hesse. I don't know if you've heard of this author, Hermann Hesse, a German author who wrote Siddhartha. And he has another book that is called The Journey to the Orient. Now I have to look it up, how it's called in English, because I read it in German language. And this is a tremendous book about humility. Journey to the East, it is called. Hermann Hesse, Journey to the East. I'll see if I can put this in the chat. Journey. I don't know where it will appear. On my Facebook, on my YouTube, on my Twitch. But here I can insert it. Hermann Hesse, Journey to the East. And this is about the servant of a group of travelers to the East, to the Orient, who seems to be the servant of all, but in truth, he's the leader of all. Because only through serving we are truly leading. And this book is excellent. It's just about 120 pages. It's an easy read, but it has tremendous messages. You might read it during the holidays, during the Holy Nights. So, Humility Essential Oil Blend helps you to let go of feelings, for example, of not being good enough. It's okay. You cannot be everything. And it's okay. Keep yourself low. You don't have to be the big boss. You don't have to call the shots. In fact, the big bosses who always call the shots, they sometimes find themselves in real trouble. So feelings of not being good enough come from agitation, anger, frustration, irritability, jealousy, obsessiveness, resentment, and entitlement. Entitlement, the dangerous one. And also hurt pride. Many people suffer from hurt pride and it becomes their downfall. Remember what King Solomon said about humility. When pride comes, then comes disgrace. But with humility comes wisdom. And with hurt pride, wounded pride, even more disgrace comes because people become totally irrational. So it is when you feel humble that you will bring in the positive emotions of self-worth, contentment, humility, and faith. Humility contains coriander, again, this paradise kernel or paradise corn, this is called, for energy, ilang ilang for balance between the feminine and the masculine, bergamot for contentment, for satisfaction, geranium for even being okay with the things you would otherwise be allergic to, melissa for total clarity. Melissa is an excellent oil for cleansing the nerves, and it's been used in monks and nuns' waters in the Middle Ages for centuries because it even relieves us from bad spirits, from dark energies. Frankincense for connecting you with the divinity, with God. Myrrh for connecting you with God the Mother. Black spruce for energy. Remember, this is the Northern Lights black spruce that channels down the atmospheric electromagnetism. Very strengthening. Vetiver for grounding you. Where did you hear it first? Well, gratitude has some similar ingredients. It's quite interesting that gratitude and humility, if you compare them, they have some similar oils inside and of course also some different. But there is When we talked about gratitude as number one, love is number two, humility is quite another one high up. Then we have the neroli, the orange blossom oil, the orange blossoms of the bitter orange. And this is quite unique because this was already used in ancient Egypt for activating the higher brain centers. With neroli, you can activate the pineal gland. With neroli, you can activate higher functioning of the brain just by the smell. The smell is going through your nose to the brain and it activates certain brain areas. Remember, all cells have smell receptors. And then finally, for Christmas Eve, after, if you have them, you worked with surrender or you worked on the quality of surrender and you worked on gratitude, humility. Gratitude we did before in the second preparation day, which is December 24th, Three Wise Men and gratitude for the preparation day. But the Christmas Eve, whether you celebrate on 24th in the evening or on 25th, it's these three oils: surrender, humility, and the gift. And the gift is a blend of 7 ancient oils that have been sought after for centuries for their calming properties. This blend enhances spiritual connections and fosters feelings of centering and well-being. Its comforting properties help calm emotions and enhance your self-confidence and put you into a state of being able to receive gifts, inner gifts, higher gifts that otherwise would have been out of your reach. Its aroma helps you to bring you into a state in which you are able to receive gifts, as the self-worth that this oil inspires will make you self-confident enough to accept even the biggest gifts in life. Whatever those biggest gifts in life they are, we're talking about receptivity. Only when you are receptive, then you are able to receive the highest gifts. And this is a tremendous oil. And if you have it, then take a drop and apply it after activating on all the 7 chakras from the crown down to the root. So crown, third eye, throat, heart, solar plexus, sacral plexus, and root chakra. You can even put it on the feet and will amazingly feel that flowing down of energy, that feeling of being blessed. The gift contains Canadian balsam fir, sacred frankincense. This is the highest form of frankincense. This is the frankincense that Jesus Christ himself used. Jasmine, the purity flower. Black spruce, again for energy. Myrrh for the Divine Mother. Vetiver, again for grounding. And cistus, cist rose, or Rose of Sharon, as it was called in the Bible, for truthfulness, for finding your truth. Which is why, whether you have cistus or you have the gift, make sure you apply it on the heart so that you can be aware of your truth. So you will not be misguided and taken away from your true path. So I wish you a Merry, Merry Christmas, a wonderful celebration. If you're not Christian, I still wish you all the blessings in the world. Guidedness, protection, bliss, peace, love, joy, power, peace, abundance, and all that you wish for. Remember, you have the ceremony of the 13 wishes. If you're participating in the 12 essential holy nights, bundle 1 or bundle 2 or bundle 3 no matter what, I can guarantee you, you will even look much further. And for sure, if you participate in this program, you will not look behind. It will be a very, very interesting experience. If it's the first time for you, you cannot even prepare for it because it's something new. It's like a new quality coming into your life. And if you're doing it already for 6 years, like Wendy, or like 5 years for Deborah Ann, fantastic. I congratulate you. I'm doing it for myself now for 7 years, and I will not stop because it just gives my whole year such a structure, such a blessing, and such a joy to work with all of you. So, looking forward to see you soon. If you have not yet received your tickets, signed up, then please do so. You find the link in the video description. And I see you very soon because from now on it will be day by day. Always the day before the actual Holy Night, I will give the live stream to make sure that also in your exclusive member area, the video and the downloadable audiobook will be there in time for the actual Holy Night. And then you can either watch live with me. It will be Zoom conferences, so it will be much more interactive. As soon as this program starts, we do it on Zoom. I will send you the link, the Zoom link, and this will be from tomorrow on every day at this hour. And if you can't watch it live because of time zone differences, I mean, it's amazing. Deborah Ann is here because for you in Alaska, now it's probably 6:45 in the morning. So you've gotten up like it's amazing. You've gotten up at 5 to join here, the live stream. So anyway, whatever your time zone is, you'll find it safely in your exclusive member area and then can watch it at time of your pleasure. Or you join live because live always has some extra energy. See you soon and